Hello, welcome back to my channel. As you will see in the title, we are doing a haul video today. It seems to be the last somewhat fewish videos I've done with a couple planning videos in there. This is from Lights Planner Action, so I'm excited. I'm just gonna jump right into it. We can maybe talk about all these other things in another video or just naturally as the video goes on. So if you notice a new background, we'll address that later on. I apologize, it is a new filming setup and you might see a ring light as I'm switching product in and out, but it's gonna be what it's going to be. Let's just get right into this. Lights Planner Action she closed down her physical shop and her physical product side of her shop. So you could still buy things from her, they just won't be physical products. She does have printable downloads that you can order on her shop still, so you'll be able to still do that and purchase from her. But I kind of did the last, she did a last sale at the beginning of August. I did grab a bunch of things, just kind of blindly ordered different various grab bags and things of that sort. And that's what I'm unhauling with you guys now. So I'm just gonna get straight into it and we can just go through it because it's kind of a very full box and I don't want to just sit here chatting with you guys looking at the same background for forever. So the first thing I ordered was this mouse pad. It says, hang on, let me check my planner. I got a new desk here and I tried working on it maybe a month or so ago, and using a mouse on this material was not very helpful. So I have a little mouse pad for that, which I'm excited about. My husband was like, what did you need that for? And I was like, I needed it. He's like, you never work at that desk. And I was like, it's fine. I do. I will eventually. We'll see how things plan out, okay? We just got it. Anyways, that's off topic. The next thing that I grabbed from her were 3 different craft kits. So I'm kind of excited. The reasoning why, I was only going to get one craft kit just to kind of see what it was, but I was like, this is her last physical sale. Like, let's just grab a couple of them and see what we get. And in my brain, I was like, if it's not something that I would want or I will do anything with, I'm already planning for my niece. She's gonna be 3 in October. So I'm like, well, it could be a fun activity that maybe we do with her. My sister, one of my other sisters, is also kind of like in the same crafty sticker planner phase as I am. So I thought that might be a fun thing for us to do with her. So whether it's now or years in the future, I have it on deck, right? These are paper heart affirmations, so it looks like you get instructions on how to do it and then you get the materials. So it looks like it's just the paper that you would need to make these, but there are instructions for how to do it and you do get a pretty good amount of the papers, if you could see there. So that's kind of my idea that I had in mind for these. This one's a snail mail card making, so I'm sure my oldest sister would love this craft. So this one looks kind of more red, white, and blue, beachy, maybe nautical-ish themed. It even comes with this envelope here with the products inside. I think there might be a couple envelopes, I can't tell. But again, instruction sheets and things of how to do that. So there's that one. And then the last one I got is a mixed media journaling. So there's a ton of different pieces in here. Again, this one looks kind of beachy, summery, island maybe themes, and there's even like a journal that comes in it. You know what, let's open this one just to look at. I did not even realize when I first got it that there was a journal in it, which makes sense that she would have added one. I'm assuming it's just, yeah, blank dot grid journal that you can have fun with and do junk journaling with. So those are those items. Like I said, she is closed. She's not doing physical things anymore, but you will be able to do downloads. So that would include things like this. So I did get one of these really tiny planners. This one looks like it's one of those 5-year planners. So you write like a line a day for 5 years, right? So that's what this one is. Pretty simple. I don't know. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I never would have personally bought it myself, but it was in the grab bag box of things that I ordered. So, right, because you don't really know what you're getting. I think there could be some potential. I'll sit on it for a little bit. If I don't use it, I'll figure out someone who I can gift it to or do something with. It's not going to just like be like I paid money for it, so I will figure out some way to incorporate it or use it or do something of that sort. So there's that first planner item. I'm gonna grab things out of the box, and just as things come out, we'll make it work. I also have to figure out like where to put things off to the side. And then I got these two. These are almost essentially the same thing. I just grabbed two because you never know if you're gonna get duplicates or different items when you get grab bags. And when you get grab bags, there's a high likelihood or decent likelihood that you'll get some of the same items, right? So there are a lot of similar products. I will open both of these so that you can see, because there is like one or two things that are different. So as you can see here, we got these little dashboard cards or journaling cards, whatever you would like to call them. The back is blank, but it says, all that you do, be done in love. And then there was a pack of like different travel, I think they called them travel size. I don't remember what exactly it was, but different types of journals and things that she had. So this one is for memories, and it's like pre-done for you. You basically can just like fill it in, add pictures, stickers, write in it, right? Whatever you want to do, but it kind of gives you that base layout already for memories. And there's like a page for each season. So like this one says documenting winter, and then there's like random stuff in between with like guilty pleasures or things. This one says fall. There's quotes, major headlines, just like a variety, top tracks you might be listening to, like different like maybe currently things, right? Documenting summer. And then there's spring at the beginning here. So there's that. It's just a little, I think it's a A5 size, question mark. I'm not good with the journaling sizes. And then she had these washi workbooks. So again, if you like some of these things, go ahead and feel free to check out her website, because these could be downloadable things that you can just print off yourself and on whatever type of paper, however you want to format it, whatever size, right? The privilege of having downloadable things is you can kind of make it your own. But so she has the washi workbook for outfit designer. She has this one for floral faces, so you can kind of see if you're into the washi. These are also really good, right? I'm like, these are kind of cool. Maybe I'll like wait till my niece is older just because she's still in the scribble phase, right? But maybe it'll be a good coloring, or if I feel like coloring, I can use it for coloring, give one to my sister if she wants to use it for coloring, right? We don't have to use it for the washi workbook. I do have a ton of washi that I could use if I did want to use it for washi. This one's the quilt patterns, so just the various things. And I think there are some videos of her doing some of this on her YouTube channel, as well as maybe other people who have purchased these or similar items that do the washi art. So that's those. This one is my fucking rage journal, and so it has a lot of bad words and things in it, but it's kind of one of those things where you, if you are angry or upset, there's different journaling prompts of kind of what you can do. Like some of the pages, like this one says destroy this page. It gives some suggestions on like what you can do and how you can do it, but it's just like kind of a way to get some of that aggression and things out. I think it's funny. I also think that people have been really frustrated the past couple years, so this could be a good way for them to kind of go through that and express their feelings. And then I got this pad, a little notepad here for meal planning, so days of the week, and then the different grocery items you might need in the different sections. So there's that. As you can see, I did get a duplicate of that one. I do have something else similar like this for meal planning, and I've used it a couple times. Now that I have these, we'll see if I use it. Maybe when and if I become a mom, I'll use them more or something. I think these are very functional that can be used, and like, I'm not mad, right? Like this could be something that I will use in the future, if not today, right? And then in this stack, we got a daily journal. So this journal is literally, you just open it up and it has just a daily layout on here for you. You can select the day of the week, write what you're proud of, grateful for, working on, and then just this blank area. Again, it's a pretty basic blank sheet here, so you could make this whatever you wanted. You could white out the titles that are on here and kind of make it your own. It's pretty basic, pretty, you know, easy to work with. If it's not exactly what you want, you can make it your own still. So I don't have any plans for this, but I can see myself making this work for me or using it as is. It'll just depend on where I am and what I'm doing in life and kind of what I'm looking for. So it's small enough to store, not a huge deal, something I could use in the future. This is another My Fucking Rage journal, I believe. I don't know if, yeah, they look a little different. So she has like 2 versions, and some of it has some of the same things, right? There's still this destroy page, but there's different journaling prompts and activities in here. So there are 2 versions that she has. So there's that. I got one of each, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I'll ever use these or when I will use it, but it just kind of is, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I kind of thought when I first saw them come out, I was like, well, maybe I'll order one and give it to a couple people that I had in mind, but we'll see. I didn't obviously pull the trigger on that. So I don't know. Well, it's fine. We'll store it. We'll see what we do with it. I did get another of the quilt patterns, another of the florals, and then another of the outfit designer washi, like workbooks, right? So like I said, very not unusual to get duplicates of things when you're getting grab bags, but that was those 2 grab bags that I ordered. So I did order a few B6 size things and a couple A5 size things, and I think personal, I don't know the sizes of all the things. But yes, these I believe are B6 size. Okay, I think that was upright. So cute journal or planner. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to open it. But I like the neutral designs that she has on her planners here. Again, because she doesn't do the physical planners anymore, you're not going to be able to get this like as a whole product, but you could get the inside inserts, right? So this one, if you open it up, starts with some dot grid. I don't know if you can see it because the light is very bright, but there's some dot grid pages here. And then it goes into a monthly and then like a weekly layout, right? She has a ton of different weekly layouts, a ton of different daily layouts, monthly layouts, like finance journals, like a variety of things. So feel free to go on, and she has the different months here, right? So feel free to go on her website and look. If you are looking for inserts that you would like, go ahead and purchase her downloads. This one says, I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be, this is me. And she has kind of like a little bit about the journal here, right? But she has spot for affirmations, things I can be proud of, things we all need and desire. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I'm off frame here. Things to explore further, and then quotes I love. And then it goes into this daily journaling here. So I kind of read the preview here. This is basically a journal type thing to kind of be, reflect on yourself, of what you're proud of, your wins, gain perspective, things of that sort. You can write a short letter to yourself. It goes into detail in this this sheet here. But then that's what these daily sheets are for. So you kind of saw that there was a similar journal that I got that had this layout. Again, if that's not what you want to use it for, very amendable to change and do what you want. She has some spots after so many pages to kind of put in notes, right? Here's some note pages and things of that sort. And then she does this, let's do this again, when you get so far into it, right? It's another just a quick little check-in. You can do reoccurring themes of the first 50 pages, things you learned about yourself. There's some note pages here for you, and then it gets back into it. And then I believe she had, So it's all the pages with some note pages in between. She has another like last, like, look, you finished the journal. Here's some time to do another reflection, right? So reoccurring themes, things you learned about yourself, more note pages. Again, if that's not what you want to use it for, totally fine. I can use this as something else. Maybe I want to give it to my niece, or if my nephews, when they are old enough, they're only like 6 and 7 months right now, but when and if they're old enough, they're interested and they want to start doing some of the same things, you know, if I want to gift it to somebody, lots of things. This says, let's do the damn thing. This is so funny. I was like, this looks familiar. I have ordered from her like once before, and I got like a journaling dashboard card, and it said, let's do the damn thing. It was this print. And I ended up coloring it in and then there was like stuff on the back of it. So I glued a blank page on it, and I used that to write my letter to my husband when we were getting married. So anyways, that was a side note. Here's another planner. I believe it's a planner. There's an overview page. It looks like it has 6 months available for you there that you could fill in. Monthly pages, and then a daily page. So to-dos, notes, and then a blank section. You can do what you like. Again, plain enough that if you don't like, oh, there's a little hydrate tracker down here too. Plain enough that if you don't like this exact layout and what it has, you can change it up, switch it up, do what you like, right? I am kind of messing around with different layouts and stuff for my work planner right now. So maybe I want to, you know, condense it to a smaller thing, and maybe I'll go to a B6 size and use this, right? I don't know. We'll see. But so she has this, and then I believe there are monthly pages. Yeah, so there's monthly pages every probably like 31 days, right? And then at the back, there's just some grid note pages here for you. So if you like some of these layouts and things that you're seeing, you can still get them. They're words hard. They'll just be downloads, right? You'll just buy the downloadable printable version, and you can kind of make it yourself. Use the paper you like, things of that sort. So then I think these are A5 size. You can tell there's some size difference here. So she has a variety of different things. This is a Signs Personified coloring book, which I think this was a bit of an oops, because I'm assuming this was supposed to be the front and back page, right? So if technically it should probably be like this with the covers on it. I did look to see, because some people do have it where you can kind of rip out the covers, but her covers are all intact, which is not a big deal. All I need to do is go through and make cuts here, and then I'll be able to take this off, pop it in, and I'll have it correct. But again, this is a grab bag. Oops, things tend to be in there. She was just getting rid of physical products throughout her shop, things of that sort. But yeah, this is just a coloring page. So for me to color, my sister to color, actually when she came and visited, I gave her some coloring things that I had to kind of keep her entertained and stuff. She seemed a little tired, so I gave her like a relaxing task to do. But yeah, coloring pages. And then this one is also, I think, a planner, it looks like. Yeah, so you have the monthly layout here, and then it looks kind of like a little weekly overview dashboard thing, and then you have this side for your weeks. So repeats, you have your monthly layouts, and then it goes again. So it looks like there might be some dot pages in between, but again, a variety of things. Like if I now have options. I feel like I'm at that point now in my planning where I've been doing it for so many years now that I like to try different layouts. I like to try different things. Like maybe I'll, you know, as life changes, our ability to have time to do things or how we want to do things changes, right? So maybe as life continues to change, this might be the planning format that I go to, right? This might be the journaling, memory keeping planner format that I go to. So lots of options. Again, if I wanted to, I could gift it to somebody, right? They are very nice. They look great. So yeah, And then I have just one last stack that we're gonna go through. Let me grab it. I'll kind of start from the bottom up, I guess. Oh, I kind of like that one. We'll hold that one on. I'll start here. So she had some ink stationery story day. It looks like she had, these are just kind of fun pages. I could easily just like cut this part off or like cut it off right here where it says stationery, and just color this in and use it, right? Give it to my niece if I want to, use them for cards, do whatever I want. But they're just different like ink prints, and it looks like it was from maybe an event she had at her store. She had some leftovers. Very easy to repurpose these if need be, right? So there's that. I did get this bookmark for 3 rings. So and then she has a note for how to, if you wanted to be able to pull it out versus like slipping it in and out of the rings by opening and closing the rings. But there's this that I got. And then this is a 2026 plan or calendar that she has. So this is the overview. You can like rip off the pages and then it goes into the months. Again, is more than half the year over? Yes. Can I cut this off and have this to repurpose and do something with? Absolutely. Like, it was on discount. It was just, you know, something I could grab and do. If I wanted to, I could use this for the rest of the year. I don't think I'm going to. But, you know, able to repurpose and use, right? If I wanted to put this somewhere in my current planner, journaling, whatever, like I have the ability to do so. Okay, I guess I'll go into this. I don't remember, I'd have to look at my order. I think I bought this. Like, I think this was something I was able to purchase, and or it was just a random thing that was thrown in there. I feel like I bought it though. I think this is super great and super helpful. It literally has all the different things that you would need when that time in life is near, right? I could use this to help track my parents' stuff, my husband's parents' stuff, for myself and him. I could use it for a variety of things. I don't know. I just think it's one of those things that is really great. And even though I only have one and there's multiple people in life that I could use this for, also love the name. I think some people might get offended from it, but I'm perfectly fine with it. Even if it is just for one person, I can use this template and this as a guide. I can go on her website, download. I'm sure she might have, you know, see if she still has the download available for me to do. But use it as a guide if I wanted to create my own or make a digital version, right? It has a lot of the good prompts and things that you might need for taking care of those things when that time comes for yourself to be able to give to somebody so that they're prepared, and they know where everything is and how to handle everything, or for like your parent or, you know, someone in your life that, you know, these things happen, right? It's part of the circle of life. So a lot of good things to be able to kind of do, right? Even has utilities and subscriptions, how to, you know, we can deactivate your, you know, social media account, things of that sort, right? Just kind of get rid of your presence if that's what you want, right? So just, I think a lot of good things that I maybe wouldn't have even thought of, right? Social media, digital presence, like security questions, like it's very detailed. I feel like my oldest sister would love this for some of her, like either herself or people she might have to be part of the process for. But yeah, just like you can put in your wishes or their wishes, what they would do, kind of who they would want to like leave goodbyes for, who they would want to have notified, right? Especially in that moment where things can be very chaotic and stressful and emotional, right? You kind of have a guide to be able to help you through that process. So yeah, I think this is actually really cool for what it is. And then I got these last 2 grab bags. Again, because I got 2, there are duplicates of things, which is totally fine. Okay, I think that's the empties. So as you can see already, I got duplicates of this little thing, can color it, can post it in somewhere, can do some, you know, various crafty things with this. Maybe I give it to my niece, who knows, right? Got some of this snail mail sticker, can pop it on anything. And then these are also duplicates. They're paper clips, cute little golden flower paper clips. And then I got some hearts, and I think these are like dragonflies, is what I would call them, but some fun paper clip things. And then I got a couple random Not Today Satan keychain. Pink's not my color. I'll probably find someone to give and gift this to if I don't feel like I want it, but there's that. And then this says whatever forever, and I was part of the generation that did part of this whatever thing, right? So I think this is funny, and I will probably keep that. But a lot of good stuff. I did spend a small chunk of money on these items, but I think it was worth it. I got a lot of different things. I have the ability to, you know, adapt them, make them what I want, play around, gift them to people. However, you know, if I don't want it, like this past year, I bought like one planner, and it was super cheap from, you know, a random store for my functional planner. But if I don't want to buy a planner for next year, I don't have to, right? I have multiple things that I can kind of play around with and make do, or figure out how I want to do it and kind of be a little bit creative and not do the same thing all the time, right? So that is my haul from Lights Planner Action. Again, her physical items and her physical shop storefront is closed, but she does still have her website up and running, and you can order downloads and printables from her shop. You got a very small snippet of what she has in her shop. Like I said, she has finance planners, she has journaling, she has conference, you know, little planners. If you're going to a planner conference, she has those. You can download them, I think. And it has like the different days or the different things you might want to track in there if you're like wanting to kind of memory keep that weekend if you go to a planner conference. And she has a variety of things. So this was a very, very small snippet of what she had, and it was a lot more of her like physical items versus maybe the different layouts and printable options you would be able to get on her site. So I would suggest checking out her website, supporting her business in that way as she navigates and changing her business plan. Just wanted to support her, show her some love. And yeah, I mean, you can follow her on her socials, things of that sort. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully I can continue to make videos for your guys' potential entertainment. I'll catch you guys in the next one.